What's up, y'all? This is D-Train here. I got Carlos Jean coming on pretty soon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead and get your tea. Get your libations. I can't say that, can I? Can I say that? I ain't allowed to say that in my Yvette Carnell. I just took your shit. I just took your shit. I ain't take it. I just borrowed it for a second. I just borrowed it for a hot second. I ain't even trying to. I just wanted to see what it sounded like me saying it. You know what I'm saying? That might have been the second time I said it, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Go ahead and get your thing, girl. Man, I popped into her show, and she had I don't know how many subscribers she had. She had just like 30 or 60,000 or something like that. But she had like 12,000 views, man. That was like nice, man. I was like, go ahead, get your thing going, man. I like the way she flows. She likes to flow. But at the same time, man, she got her stuff organized too. I could tell. Yeah, I haven't really popped into too many podcasts lately. I've been trying really and truly. I should be getting these designs that that I'm trying to print tomorrow done so that I can burn them and spray them and dry them and set up the screens. But I'm trying to get everything just right. I want to like roll it out deep. I want to roll it out right. I got some really good ideas and I think they're going to pop. So I'm going to have some D-Train made t-shirts out pretty soon. Hopefully they'll pop enough to where I can get somebody else to make them. What's going on in your mind, man? What's going on in the sphere? In the sphere of things, man. I know what's in the news. Yeah, man. I went up to the bank, and the guy next to me, right? I knew he wasn't like, you can tell like somebody that's foreign. He's a black guy. Looked like he could have been, African, or I don't know where anybody's really from. And so he's talking to the bank teller on the side, on his side right next to me, and my bank teller's processing my transaction. And she goes, and the lady goes on his side. She goes, "What's the purpose of this? This and that and the other, right?" And at first I was like, "Wow, that's kind of weird, Like, why you gotta know what I'm doing with my money?" But whatever. So I wasn't eavesdropping, but I heard him say, "Well, I'm from one of those countries that uh, the president was talking about." I was like, "Oh man, like, here I go. Here we go. Here we go." And then and his teller, she didn't know what he was talking about. But my teller knew what he was talking about, and she was like, "Ah, that guy, he just, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go. He just has no filter. I was like, yeah, but we got the point what he was talking about. I mean, you hate to say it. What's going on, Carlos?
All good, man. All good, man. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I can't complain about too much. I really can't. What's going on in your sphere of the hemisphere?
Oh man, just cold weather and that's it, man. Just relaxing at the home. That's about it, man.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So so it's still cold down there?
It was starting to warm up, and then next thing you know, we just had another cold front. They're
Yeah.
talking, and we might get some flurries or maybe some snow Tuesday night going into Wednesday after MLK Day. So we'll see. We'll see. No complaints here. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they said it was gonna be getting cold here tonight. So, I guess you guys probably got it a little bit sooner than me getting it. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was dropping. I had to go put on my hoodie and my hat back on. I took my hat off today.
I see.
Yeah, I took it off.
Yeah.
I was like, let me put this thing back on here. This hoodie and this turtleneck got me out here in the garage.
Okay, so that's your lab. That's what you call your lab where you do all your
Yeah, man.
broadcast and whatnot.
Yeah, man. I just do it out here in the garage because if I can't go in the house and talk too loud. So I gotta stay out here until I can get me a little sound booth or something built.
Yeah, yeah. You would definitely want to get that set up. You know, so it's more comfortable for you. Year round.
Yeah, I know, man. It'd be cold, man. That's why, hey, man, over what was it, December and early January, man. That's why you didn't see nothing. Well, I was in the house. I was working on some other stuff that I'm
Right.
still kind of working on, but man, it was hard to get out here and just just be blowing like ice crystals out your mouth. Hey man, so you know what? The last time we talked, man, I didn't even realize the Panthers and the New Orleans Saints were playing like the next day.
Right. Right. Right.
That didn't even register in my brain when the last time we talked because I was like, man, these guys knew that we were playing and they know I'm in North Carolina.
We just kind of eased over that fact. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, in the
Yeah.
end, I mean, everybody's gonna go for who they want to go for. Like, and remember what I told you: roll tide, roll
Oh,
tide. And I should
oh,
have told my friend. I said, man, look, it's gonna be a tight. I did tell him it's gonna be a tight game, but I didn't know it was gonna be to that extent because, man, that overtime, that missed field goal, Tua coming back and doing all that. Man, it was a crazy game. It was one for the ages.
really,
That was a good game. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. You
man.
know,
So what was it? Georgia?
yeah, it was Georgia versus
Yeah.
Alabama, and in the end, it was in overtime. They went to overtime because our kicker from Alabama missed the field goal right there, and they put it into overtime. And I really thought it was over with because we were tired. I mean, we was gasping for air, going to the sidelines. Man, they had them boys on oxygen, like no lie. I mean, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. Them boys were getting wore out because Georgia was pounding them, and they had them against the ropes, and it was like some old Muhammad Ali rope a dope style. They came back in the end, and they had that knockout punch, and that was that throw in the end zone, and that was it. Sealed up the deal. That was it. Confetti and fireworks, and Alabama won. You know, I want to
Oh,
say he's tied with Bear Bryant. I think 6 apiece. Yeah. So
man. Hey man, I've been so out of it. I didn't even know my Tar Heels were playing. They lost to somebody. Then we played somebody else. I don't know what the outcome. Were we supposed to play Notre Dame soon, or did we?
That's a good question. You can get are you talking about basketball now? You can get something on ESPN or whatever. Because I got something on Google, and I have certain teams. Like I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, Alabama Crimson Tide fan, and New Orleans, Cleveland Cavaliers. So anytime they play, it pops up. It's automatically. It'll just pop up on my phone. I got an Android phone, so it'll just pop up. So it kind of keeps you, because you get busy and you forget stuff, and it'll just give you a pleasant reminder. Hey, your team is playing. This is the score. So that's something to think about, and it's free, which is the best.
I probably should check my Twitter too.
That as well, especially if you subscribe
Man,
to these your team.
yeah, man, I'll be checking my Twitter sometimes. Man, I should do better on that Twitter. And
Yeah, I'm bad with Twitter. Like I'm on Facebook all the time. You should definitely add me. I'll send you my info on. Well, I mean, it's my name basically, and
oh,
I'm always on Instagram, and I'm starting to be getting more on Snapchat. But I really, for business purposes, I got to start promoting more on Twitter. I got to start getting on that. But that's whenever I get full blown, to order the deal, CEO boss level. Like, I was just talking about that today. Like, you know, uh, I was discussing with a woman actually this morning about the significance of referring to yourself as queen or princess or empress or something like that. And she and I was agreeing to a certain degree that I think it's kind of ludicrous that you refer to yourself in that way. Um, each to their own because I don't I call myself in my line in my tagline for Google and all my other social media. I call myself Carlos CEO Jean. It is Jean, by the way. It's not Jean, but down
okay,
south. Yeah. I forgot to tell wake the hell up that, but
yeah,
it's a northern thing because when I went to Ohio for the first time, they kept saying Jean, 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 and I had to tell them it's Jean. But some
yeah,
some things take time. But anyway,
yeah,
uh, and my point was that okay, I call myself Carlos CEO Jean because in my mind, and that's the type of mindset I have. It's a reference to my
right,
mindset. However, where's what are you a CEO of? And that's a fair, assessment or a comeback. If I can say that about somebody, if you're a queen, what are you the queen of? You know,
right.
um, and I asked somebody about that, and and I guess this is my middle ground. And the lady told me, she said, I don't refer to myself as a queen. The people in my family refer to me as a queen because of the way she's like a matriarch and the way how she handled business in her family. And that's when I came to the little conclusion, like, you know what? How many people who call themselves a certain thing actually live up to it? So if you say, hey, I'm a boss, okay, what are you the boss of? I mean, I'm an employee, but at the same time, I'm a well-paid employee, but I'm working my way out my job. So I have the CEO mindset, but I'm not officially a CEO. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. So I guess if you're in that middle ground, I believe you should get a pass. I mean, what do you think? You see where I'm coming from?
yeah. I think, man, I don't know.
I mean, what do you
Let me
think?
see.
If somebody called themselves, if a woman came to you and say, "Hey, I'm a queen. You need to treat me with a certain level of respect." I mean, what comes to your mind?
Wow, just to come out there like that.
Yeah,
All right, let me see if I can put myself. See, I try to put myself in a position.
exactly. And you see how I inserted myself in that situation. If
Yeah,
somebody was to come at me and say, because you will see people with taglines, so and so princess,
yeah,
Jones, or so and so, queen, this. And so, I just look at that and I'm just like, that's very interesting. Well, what are you the queen of? What are you the prince? And then, like, it was brought to my attention, if you have a girl, how many fathers refer to their daughters as, that's my princess? And
yeah.
I'm like, that's true. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that, you know,
Right, right.
and on that level, that daddy daughter level. But just as a grown woman saying, "Hey, I'm a princess," that's kind of weird to me, you know. I mean, you know, again,
I,
this is my opinion. I'm a man, but at the same time, I mean, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, if I came up to you and be like, "I'm Prince Carlos,"
right,
first
right.
thing you gonna tell me like, you know, where you land at, where your country at, you know. I mean, think about it. That's fair. So if you would assess me like that, if you would come to me like that, well, should I come to a woman who says I'm a princess or I'm a queen? So that's the way I look at it. Now, like Oprah, she can say she's the queen of what? Of media and
Daytime, I
yeah,
guess.
daytime broadcast, whatever. I mean, hey, she got owned. She's worth $1 billion. She can say that. I don't think she's ever came out and said, "I'm the queen of this." Somebody might self-anoint her. I mean, not self-anoint, but anoint her in that term.
Right.
And you could say, "Hey, that's fair." But just to say, "Hey, you know, I'm on YouTube and I'm the queen of YouTube," I'm like, well, you know, you must be killing it. You must be having 1 million views per each show, and you know that would be different. You know, because as they say, you know, women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie. That's what bring, you know, that's what backs you up. Facts. You know.
Trying to put myself in that position, man, and I don't even know if I could bring myself to come up to somebody and tell somebody to call me king of something.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just
It's just like,
I mean, but you see where I'm going. That's if you really, really think about it. That's a little awkward. That's a
it is
little weird.
different.
And
It is
I put myself in that situation. I'm just like, well, for me, I know my rationale behind my name. You know, it's a form of branding, and it deals with my mentality. I feel I'm a boss, but at the same time, you know, realistically, hey, I'm a, you know, I'm a well paid, you know, employee. But at the
right.
same time, I'm smart enough to know, hey, you're an employee. You for yourself a CEO. What are you doing to have your own business? And I have a LLC. So technically, I do have a business. I just have to develop it. And then once I start developing it this spring, to a certain degree, yeah, then I really am a boss. I really am a CEO. But
Right.
until I do that, I mean, I'm just what I really am. I'm an employee, you know, which is nothing wrong with that. But you know, once you start going down the line of saying, "Hey, I'm a boss, I'm a CEO, or I'm a princess, or I'm a queen, or I'm a king," nothing
You
wrong
know,
with that.
you
But
know,
you got to back that up. Like, what are you the king of?
if you
You know?
really, really break it down, like we all working for somebody else.
Oh
If you
yeah.
really think about it, if you're in service, you working for, the bar. If you,
Right.
even if you're self-employed, you have people who pay you money to
Hmm.
job, so you working for them. And even
Right.
if you a
They're
sing-
your boss to a certain degree. Even though
right,
they're your customers, they are your mini or at that time, you know, temporary boss. And if you
right,
don't take care of boss man or boss lady, then hey, down the line, I mean, you won't get that referral. They might go to Better Business Bureau on you, you know, and with social media complaints, yada yada yada. So I mean, you got to look at all of that. I mean, I would prefer that situation ultimately because to me, I'm like, if I was making what I was making now after taxes or more for myself, I believe I would have a better level of, you know, comfort and happiness because, you know, that's just the way I look at it. You know, I've had my own business before, when I was younger. Uh, a lawn care service didn't work out, but I learned a lot from the situation. And then once it kind of went belly up, or I went back to, you know, working, and then, but I always said in the back of my mind I would want to do it again. But I learned from that situation. You know, I was young and just wanted to go out and do my own thing. But I was like, you know, hey, I mean, people can say, hey, I had you know, a business, you know, before I was 30, you know. It
yeah,
just didn't work for me. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, I know what it is. And, you know, I didn't have a customer list. I didn't have so much money set up. I was getting equipment from Walmart. I mean, just stuff that somebody probably listening, like, are you serious? But I was young. I just wanted to go out and just do something, you know. and I thought I had everything figured out. And once you get into the thick of it, you're like, I mean, you sink or you swim. And I was slowly sinking. And then finally, when it was just too much, I was just like, hey man, this this part of the business, you buy me out, pay me as you can pay me, I'm going back to work. And he was like, okay, I'll stick with it. He ended up getting out of it because of health reasons, and he ended up becoming an employee too. But it just took him a little longer. And looking back, I learned a lot from that situation. So that prepares me well for my new business and other businesses I'm looking to get into, because I'm like, oh, okay, I understand the cost now. You know,
Hell
like
yeah.
not just financial costs, but the cost, your time, the getting the education, doing the research, humbling yourself, and asking people, hey, could you help me? Could you give me some advice? Little things like that.
Yeah. What I'm finding now is that a lot of times you kind of almost have to not buy, but you kind of have to, invest, I guess, in people's time and knowledge because,
Hmm.
because you got people out there who could probably just set you up real quick for, this or that, however much money. I don't know how much stuff like that costs. But at the same time, if you don't have those kinds of funds to put into that, then you just got to go the little bit longer route. You know.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. For what I'm looking to get into, I'm working on a emergency training business, and basically it's just dealing with teaching people, like CPR and whatnot, and you know, by talking through different people, it's just like, hey, depending on your business, you have different people that need that first aid CPR training, anywhere from security guards to police officers, to people in healthcare. Now, with my level of training, because I got mine from without, and then by getting into it, I learned more. Like for example, uh, Red Cross. That crosses. That'll pretty much cross. It'll deal with everything, with the exception of healthcare. And when I say that, most people in healthcare don't really deal with CPR instructors who have been trained from Red Cross. There will a few will, let me put that out there, but most of them prefer American Heart Association, AHA. So that's how I learned by talking to people, and they were like, "Oh, okay, you got your, you got all your stuff from Red Cross," and I was like, "Yeah," and it was like, "Well, okay, that kind of limits, well, that it'll still open up. I mean, you can deal with people that try to go into plants, because some people that go into plants, they gotta have first aid training. So I mean, you still have a large part of the pie. It's just the only exception is if you was AHA certified, which is American Heart Association again. That's
Yeah.
the whole pie, because that's gonna cover everybody from the medical field to everybody else that you would be dealing with if you was shipped with Red Cross. And then what I liked about that was I noticed somebody who was AHA certified, they had a website. So what you could do is, for example, if you was like, if I was in your area and you was like for your job, hey man, you got to go get that first aid CPR class, and you're like, man, I'm kind of busy, family and work, but I got to get this if I want to get this promotion or to keep my job. Well, what you could do is you get online, because if you ever took the class before, it's a classroom setting, and you learn. Have you ever taken CPR before?
No.
Oh, okay. So this is all new to you, but you know the concept, like Heimlich, and hey, you fall
But,
out, certain
but
things,
that's
so many chest compressions, things of that nature. You feel kind of familiar,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
see,
But
yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, to understand the concept. Okay, so
yeah,
basically, as what's
I was
that?
gonna say that you could even market that to parents because a lot of parents would like to know how to,
Oh
to
yeah, for children, yeah, yeah, pediatric, they call it, yeah, because I'm certified in that as well, adult and pediatric. That covers both, and that's a good idea. I appreciate that, because that's males. You're right. That could be, especially for daycare too. The
huge.
pediatric, yeah,
You
yeah,
you
yeah.
push that right, dude, you'd be stocked, and you would not have. You know what I'm saying? And if you tap the right markets too, Like if you
Yeah.
right markets, you could get paid, pretty good.
Yeah, because that's one of my side business. I'm like I said, I'm gonna be developing on, and because by talking to people that's in the business, and they kind of educated me, was like, man, what you really need to do is go get AHA, and then what's gonna happen is, by going through them, it's kind of like, hey, that's American Heart Association. That's what's you get the two thumbs up from most, if not all, the people in the healthcare field. And so what they do is, if you're a nursing student, somewhere down the line while you're in nursing school, hey, you got to get that first aid CPR class. You going through AHA, Surge Tech, anything dealing with medical, they're going to push you towards AHA certified people. And so if you are AHA certified, hey, that's where you're going to get your money. And then on the back end, people in health, people, like deal with kids and whatnot, stuff like that. So eventually, I'm gonna have to do that if I want the whole kit and caboodle, which I do. I don't want to be refused for no reason, but I'm still sitting pretty right now.
Yeah,
So I just have to develop that class, and I got two more classes I got to go take: bloodborne pathogens and basic life support, and then that's it. That's all I need, and then self promoting, building my website, and start going from there. And that's my first business for 2018 that I'm gonna be pushing out hard. So a little nervous, a little excited,
yeah, that's,
but I'm just ready to do it.
yeah, man. That's good to hear. Shoot, man. Goodness,
Yeah.
that's impressive. Cause yeah, I think a lot of parents would like to know how to provide that sir. I mean, like if something had, or just a parent.
Hmm.
You got people my age with parents. 20, 30.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, you talk about elderly parents?
Yeah, you got all kinds of stuff, man. And
Yes, sir.
so yeah, just if but you might. Man, I'm just brainstorming right now.
Please do, please do.
Probably,
Hey, this is what we doing, huh? This is the late burn. So I mean, let's
yeah,
burn through it. I mean, hey, and you just gave me some good game whenever you kind of told me. I mean, I kind of had touched on it in my thought process, but just dealing with the how you said just to advertise, like, hey, do you have a young child, or
right,
what would you do? Give them like a basic scenario. What would you do if your child, was grabbing his heart? You know what I'm saying, and fell over? I mean, what would you do?
yeah,
And then that's an honest question. What would you do? And it was just like, okay, here's some quick tips. Do this, do this, do this. And then you just like, wow, I didn't know that. For more information, come and see what my available classes are. If you want to be certified in, you know, first aid CPR,
yeah,
AED for, pediatric for your, kids.
yeah,
Or you work in a daycare, or you're a school teacher to deal with kids, you
right,
know. And then of course, and I know like my motivation was, one time my father had got ill, and I mean he's doing fine now, but I guess it was just that short thought process. I was like, well, what happened if this guy falls out?
right.
What are you supposed to do? And of course, you're like, well, duh, call 911. But what I mean, seriously, if you ever waited for an ambulance before, it's the longest in the world. It's like waiting for a city bus.
Right,
And I and I don't care what city you are in the United States, it takes a while.
right.
And so it's the same way like an ambulance. And I mean, it's like an eternity. So you seeing somebody on the ground suffering and you can't do anything. I'm telling you, that is the worst feeling in the world. I don't wish that on anybody. I've been there. That is the worst feeling in the world, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you might
You
you
know.
might start around the springtime advertising if you can get everything set up that way that quick.
Mm.
You might get it
Oh
set
yeah.
up by the springtime, so by the summertime, people are going to be concerned about if something happens to the kid around the pool, this, that, and the other. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
that
true.
route.
Yeah.
But man, I remember one time my mom stopped on the side of the road because this old dude, was having a heart attack, right? And she
Right.
performed CPR, mouth to mouth resuscitation, got him back to life, sent him to the hospital. He tried to sue her because she was a black woman who put her black lips on his white lips.
Wow. That is crazy. But and the thing is, and I've heard about such things in certain classes. And you read articles and you're just like, huh?
Yeah.
Or like, are you serious? Because I read I saw it was on Facebook. It was a guy, it was a brother,
Yeah.
and he said I was at the gas station. This was the guy's account, not my own.
Uh-huh.
And he said I saw some guy, holding a woman. And so he went over there and identified, I'm certified, and first aid, CPR, da 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 da, and all this other type of stuff. And the guy was just like, man, get away. And he was like, and you can see obviously this woman was in distress. This elderly woman was in distress. And the guy was just like, man, get away. I don't want you touching my wife. And he was just like, it ain't like that. I'm trying to help her out. And then he made it pretty plain and clear. I don't want your kind touching my wife. And then the guy was like, he went inside the store and the guy rendered aid. He helped her out, did what he was supposed to do. And then when he came out, the guy, the white gentleman got irate and was like, hey, get away from my wife, da da da. And the storekeeper had to kind of hold him back, like, man, this guy is saving your life. Calm down. And he really got, irate and everything. And long story short, the ambulance came and, was like, man, hey, appreciate what you did. That really helped out tremendously. And then, you say, did you know that guy didn't even like say thank you or anything like that? He just gave me like the most evil look in the world. And I was like, wow, could you imagine doing something like that and getting that type of response? I couldn't imagine it. I'm like, are you serious? You know?
Yeah, it's you know what? For every person out there that's like that, I feel like there's more people out there that's good. I try
Right.
to keep a positive attitude, but man, these some of these people are crazy. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's true.
you would seriously rather die than to have a black woman's lips on your lips. Come on,
Hmm.
yeah, get real. Come on.
Right. I'm man, look, that's I mean, hey, I
Dude,
look at it like I'm out of it. I mean, even if there was maybe I don't know, just my enemy, the worst person you despise,
yeah,
I mean, whoever that person might be, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I think I put it like this: if a person was about to be near death, and the president came and rendered aid and gave you mouth to mouth and CPR and knew what he was doing, I think they would be like, "Hey man, all right, thank you." You know what I'm saying? I mean, they may not be happy about the situation, but they're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm alive to complain," you know.
yeah,
So it's like in the end, you may not dislike somebody or what. I mean, to me, that's ridiculous right there. What you just said, like that's stupid beyond belief. But at the
yeah,
same time, I mean, you're rendering aid and you're doing your best to help me, not hurt me. That's just stupid. And I'm sure there's somebody, if they were listening, they would be like, I'll let that fool die. And I'm like, well, I mean, there's an argument for that. I'm not saying I'm in agreement, but
right,
I
right.
could understand. I can understand where they're coming from. I definitely could. You know.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, it's not far from here where I'm sitting right now. Shit, think about it. So yeah, man. Well, look, man. Anything you seen happening around, going on that you feel like talking about?
Uh, nah, I mean, like beyond, that they already talked about it to death. That situation with that gentleman, that brother that's playing in Black Panther. Everybody done talked about that already. Dating outside his race and everything. I mean, I'm more interested in Black Panther and having one of the highest pre-sales ever for a Marvel movie next to I forgot one of the Captain America movies. I don't know if it was the last one or it might have been Civil War. But yeah. But
So these are movies.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you're not big into movies or Marvel movies?
No, man. I don't.
Well, get out of here. Get out of here. Like what kind of movies do you watch, bro? I'm just curious.
I don't do anything.
What? Really? You man, come on, bro. You pull it. You pull it. As they say, man, you pulling my leg, bro. Come on, bro.
So,
You for real?
Yeah, man. Man, the kids be like, "Oh, let's go." I'm like, man, y'all can go ahead.
Oh man, you have to go, man. You have to go, man. Yeah, yeah. This for the first ever, like Marvel has all the. I mean, if I'm sure, did you ever watch? I mean, get into comics when you was a kid?
You know what? My brother used to do all of that. My brother, he used to be into video games too. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
See, I never got into video games because I always felt like I would get addicted to them because I remember this one day I played it all day and I just didn't like the feeling of something having control over me like that. And so I never after
Mm,
that I never got into video games because I felt like I might get addicted to it.
right, right.
Is
I
it?
can understand that. It is
It's kind of
addicting,
weird to think, to like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of video games because I think I might be addicted to it. But I guess it's the same thing with anything else. Some of those drugs out there, you see the before and after picture. That scares me enough to say, hey, I don't ever want to be addicted to something like that where I'm gonna wind up like that. You know?
Yeah, I can understand that. That healthy fear. I would just say like all moderation. I just recently, last couple of years, I started smoking cigars. I never was into cigarettes. Don't really like the smell of smoke, cigarette smoke. But I just, I occasionally go to a cigar bar. Have a drink, my little whiskey, my cigar, relax. But I don't smoke. Every time you look, I'm lighting up a stogie. That's not me. I'm more of a social smoker slash social drinker. I have bottles at my place. Only time I really break it out is when I have company, and every now and then, after a little hard day at work, maybe. Uh, but most of the time when I drink is when I go out. It's crazy, but that's just how I am.
Yeah.
So isn't it all in moderation? I'm at the same time. I realize that hey, I'm not trying to get I'm not trying to get in trouble. With the police or get in an accident or do anything. So I'm always close to home or hey, that's what Uber and Lyft is for. You be responsible. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
So and that's me controlling the situation. You know.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Shoot. Yeah, so the Marvel movies, so what are they out or are they coming
Oh yeah, all of. I mean, yeah, you definitely. If you have Netflix, you can watch a whole boatload of them. Or pretty much all of them. Uh, and really kind of get caught up on kind of you know,
Yeah.
what's going on currently. Because see now it's like for the first time you have a predominantly African American cast
Really?
featuring one of the first. I want to say he is one of the first. Not saying he's the first, but one of the first uh Marvel characters that was black African American and to have his own because he showed up first with Fantastic Four and then he went on to have his own comic book. Him, Luke
Of it
Cage,
again?
you know, what's that?
What's the name of it again?
Black Panther
Oh, is that the one with the guy, the black guy?
with the claws, all black, yeah, from Wakanda. It's an African country that's very rich in a certain mineral and in technology, and it's just like it appears to be a third world country, but really they hide the fact that they are a super advanced civilization. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard a little buzz about it, either
Man,
on Facebook or social media
I
or on
saw.
the internet.
I think.
Yeah, on news too. Yeah, I'm sure they put something out there.
I think I might have seen a commercial.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
Commercial.
yeah, they're doing the advertising blitz. That's what they
What,
always do.
what color is it? Is it black and green?
It'll probably be black, and it might be the claws around his neck might either be gold or yellow. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a panther. Yeah, and he's all black suit, and he got the claws and everything. It's an advanced suit that he wears and everything like that. But yeah, I'm very excited. I just got my 2 tickets in 3D, so I'm going to definitely go. I'm gonna go on a Sunday when it's quiet after all the hoopla has died down, and I can just quietly go in the afternoon. me and a date and just sit down and relax and watch a movie. You know, that's my support. And and then I know they got groups of people that are getting together to go and support the movie and watch the movie. So I might even go twice. I might go with a group and then later on go by myself with my date. You know,
Yeah.
on that Sunday. So
Let's see here. Trying something real quick.
trying to pull it up.
Yeah. Is that it? Let's see. Oh, what's the guy's name? Right here.
Oh, Chadwick Boseman, I want to say, is the main is the character who plays the Black Panther. I think he was in
Oh,
42.
yeah, yeah.
And
He played what's his name? Jackie
he
Robinson.
he
And then
played, yeah, Jackie Robinson, and I want to say he was the judge, the famous judge. I want to say he played him as well.
oh really?
Yeah,
Got this dude in here. What's this
Thurgood
guy?
Marshall. Thurgood Marshall, he played him as well. I want to say, but it's Chadwick Boseman. I thought.
And this guy over
Uh,
here, I don't remember his. I don't remember his name. He played. I think he played in what was that boxing movie? He played Apollo.
oh, the other guy played in
Yeah,
Creed.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was the guy that it was mentioned, although it was disputed, and at the same time it was mentioned that you know African American women were wanting to boycott the movie because Michael, I forgot his name. Anyway, he was dating a Latina. Now, I mean, supposedly before that he was dating a sister, but then all of a sudden, he ended up dating a Latina, and I guess they took issue with that, although it was disputed, and many people said they didn't care. So it was just something that came out of nowhere, and it was just like you can't be serious. Like nobody's really talking about boycotting. It
I
can be
mean, it's
true.
not funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like exactly. You said it right. It's not funny, but it is
Forrest,
funny.
Forrest
Um.
Whitaker, Lupita Nyong'o,
Oh
Michael
yes. Who's
Michael
who? Who's
Jordan,
who?
Forrest
I
Whitaker,
think they said Felicia Rashad up in there too, from Cosby Show. I think she in there too.
Angela Bassett, Martin Freeman. So they didn't want to watch it because somebody's dating somebody white.
Yeah. Well, this white slash Latina, whatever, and they were
Uh,
just saying, well, it's supposed to be a Black Panther movie, featuring, all these individuals, and it's like you're gonna have somebody that's
hey, wake the hell up is in the building. Hey, you trying to join in?
what?
Fight dog. Just wake the hell up. Hey, you trying to do this? I'm gonna go ahead and send this over there to him. He's trying to talk some talk. Maybe I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember last time we got together, man. I was talking to you right before I went to Waffle House.
Uh oh. Oh man, what's that? How do you like your hash browns?
I get mine. I used to get them peppered and capped, jalapenos and mushrooms, but I started
Oh,
getting that little indigestion, so I had to cut back, and I just get it with mushrooms. But I really do kind of miss them peppers. Ooh, it takes it over the top.
you know
Hmm.
what? You know what I like to do? I like
What's
to
that, man?
get I like to get smothered, covered, and topped.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, that's with the chili. The hold on, I'm trying to get my stuff in here straight, dude. I tighten up, man. Tighten up. So what's going on, huh? Wake the hell up in the building, huh? Let's see. Did that do it right? Okay, is it still there? Yeah, it is. I hope that's the right one. Yeah, that should be the same one because that's the one I invited you on.
Yeah, yeah, it went through.
Yeah.
Guess we're
So
just
yeah,
waiting for him to link up.
yeah, I just sent it. So you should be receiving that pretty soon. But yeah, man. So this movie is supposed to be pretty big, man. I
Oh, is it?
now
No
that
idea, man. I'm telling you, it's big, big on so many levels. It's like big in the Marvel, family. I mean, because it's like, okay, this is a big, character, large in life character, and he's in this universe now. They introduced him in Civil War, and now we're doing the Black Panther movie. So it's like, wow, and then anybody that was any black kid or Latino kid that grew up and read Black Panther, like this is a big deal. It's like a dream coming true. There's actually a Black Panther movie. So it's like it's awesome.
so is this like a Black Panther movie about the Black Panthers, or is it about like
No, man, no. That's another thing. This is like when you hear that, and it's funny because I want to say Stan Lee was the one. I want to say Stan Lee was the one who created this, and it was just like, yeah. So it wasn't by our brothers. I want to say, let me Google and make sure, but I want to say Stan Lee created Black Panther. But no, it's not about Black Panther. It's just that's his name. He's black, and the Panther. I think they worship the Panther god
is
in Wakanda,
it,
and so that's why their symbol, I guess, of strength and the protector of their land is a Black Panther, and that's his name. And it's passed down by generations. So he is the current Black Panther, and his father was the former Black Panther, and his father before him, and his father before him, and they each one was the king and protector of their land, and they were called Black Panthers. So it was passed down to the next generation. So
so is he related to Spike Lee?
no, I don't think so. I
I,
don't think so.
um, yeah, man, that's what's up, dude. Oh man, I like to say I'm dialed in, but it's like every day something new comes up. You
Yeah,
know,
with that, you definitely want to follow it from the beginning. I think I had an article where they recommended the order that you should watch the movies because once it started, you really had to kind of follow each movie because as it started to expand, it would connect to other movies, and that was the whole process. It was like a web. So they got you started with Iron Man, and then at it would I don't know if you're familiar with Easter eggs. Those are the little tidbits of extra information to kind of tickle your fancy or to get you talking or get you interested in the next movie. And so at the end of each movie, after the credits would roll, or even before the credits would roll, they would show you a little tidbit, and it would show you a scene, and something would talk. And then what it was talking about something that was related to the next movie, and then it would just go on from there. You know. So yeah, it was always interesting. So that so it was like one of those things you knew at the end of a Marvel movie. Don't you go anywhere. You sit right there and you wait till the lights come on. And 9 times out of 10, you was gonna see something extra.
mm,
So that's always a popular thing to do at a Marvel movie.
that's
But
what's
yeah,
up.
I'll have to send you the list of movies, and I want to say the majority of them are on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can just slowly start catching up.
I was listening to the I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were talking about the best order to watch the Star Wars movies, and I was like,
Right, right, right. It's the
yeah,
same thing with the Marvel movies. There's a recommendation. You think it was straight through, but they supposedly said it's a better way of looking at it. So I know what you're talking about.
yeah. That's it. Sounds like it's along the same lines.
Oh, definitely.
I'm gonna grab this mic stand real quick. I'm gonna
Go ahead.
free my hands up. So if you want to talk, that's cool. If not, that's cool. I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
this
I'm looking for. that article, the best order to watch Marvel movies, and I can send it to you via email. Best way to watch a movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm back.
All right. Yeah, I sent it to you via Google.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I got a bunch of DVDs that I just watch over and over. I got my full series of the Hangover movies, the Grown Up,
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
the Adam Sandler, a few of those,
Hmm.
a few of the old classics, you know. Too. Got my Dogma, Clerks.
Hmm.
You know the ones where you just feel like sitting and laughing. You don't feel like
Oh yeah, definitely.
anything but just listen to people talk shit and like rag on each other. Yeah, that's when I was in college, man. It was almost a shock to my system because I didn't swear growing up. Other people around me they did, but I never did. And when I got into college, I was on my own, and I had a roommate and some sweet mates. It was like 4 rooms. Each room had like 2 people in it. So it's 8 people in a suite.
Hmm.
We would just sit around, man, and just talk all kinds of shit. But I would it was like it wasn't until the second year. It was like the second semester of the first year where I kind of like broke out of my shell, and then it was all over. It was all over, man. I've been talking since, but I still was kind of quiet and kind of shy. Don't get me wrong, but that was kind of like the beginning of the end. Oh, he said he didn't get the link. Okay, I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna redo this invite. Okay, redo that. I'm gonna recopy it and everything. Make sure. You still got the same email? Re-log in here. Yeah, I know. Wake the hell up 7. He's chomping at the bit. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna chime in on this shit."
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I like popping in on this channel, man. He be talking about some craziness sometimes.
Always entertaining
Yeah, man.
and enlightening. It's a
Girl.
good combo.
Yeah, man. We just keep it going, man. Just keep it flowing. It's like, oh, there's my homeboy right there. All right, let's do this again. Pose. Yeah, this music. This is a mix I got off the internet. It's Joakim Karud. I believe. I'll double check it. Okay, I think it's okay. I got you. Okay, I'm gonna send it. Sending, and it is sent. All right, that is sent. What was I just talking about, man? I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I did it right.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Hell, you don't know what I was talking about either. That's okay.
Mm,
Hey, we.
oh, you was talking about you was with your sweet mates, and you kind of broke past your shell, and then it was some shit.
Oh man, you know what? I felt bad one time because I was still kind of like shy and quiet, and they just kept on me and on me. One day, I was in the back seat too, so that made it worse. I'm the one in the back seat, and they talking shit in the front seat. And it was just like one thing after another. And then I just was like, roar, it was like personal. It was like two personal insults, one to each one of them. And I just felt so bad because it was like I just went to the damn jugular and I didn't even have to. It was just I could have came up with something better. But experience, you learn. But I
You
felt
Oh
gotta
yeah.
learn, man. What's going on, fellas?
what's going
Oh,
on.
what's going on, man? What's up? Wake the hell up.
Always coming in when it's always all good to hear from you, fellas, man. What's good?
Oh man, no
Man,
complaints here, brother.
Yeah, Detroit, like, here we go.
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble.
Oh man, what's
party.
going on, guys? Man, I appreciate your support all the time, man. I know I'll be going crazy at it on the tube, man. But gotta show the brothers
Mm-hmm.
how it is, man.
Man, that's how you get to a
Right.
thousand subscribers, dude.
Yeah.
That's how you get there.
Yeah,
You set the blueprint. There it is.
Yeah, I'm taking notes, man. I'm about to do really get on YouTube and social
that's what's
media a
up.
little bit more. But I gotta just start doing little by little, man. It's just all new and weird to me. Even doing this right now, it's new and weird to me. It's different. I'm talking on the phone, but just
Right,
like
right, right.
But so, and my friend was just telling me, man, just start doing it, and the more often you do it, it'll get a bit. It's almost like sports. Like the more touches, more time you get the ball,
Yeah.
you get a little bit more comfortable
Exactly.
with the rock, and the next thing you know, it's going swish. You know, so
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I remember I said when in those cold months and those cold weeks when it was just way too cold to get out in here in the garage, man, you just forget like where did I used to plug this button in, plug this
mm-hmm.
in, and I had to remember how to do things, so it
Wow,
kind of got out of the, but I was still busy, but it was elsewhere, but
right.
yeah, I kind of fell back a little bit, but I could still tune in and see Wake the Hell Up still doing his thing. So what's
Mm-hmm.
been on the docket lately? I see you had a video talking about the what do you call it? The income tax return
Right.
mails or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot of women pimping men out here on the streets, especially Latinos. It was a particular guy I talked about. He gave out $20,000 straight cash to this
What?
female.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Worked for some type of big investment. And I showed the brothers the picture of her on Patreon.
Mm.
Now, she's off the chain. I ain't gonna lie, she's from DR, but she is
Oh
off
yeah,
the
yeah,
chain.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The are the truth, bro. The are the truth.
Yeah, yeah. So his numbers of inexperience with women showed in that particular situation.
Oh man. Was
Yeah.
this like a show? Was this like because I saw the old man got tricked like that, and it was on some type of broadcast, and I don't
No,
know.
no, no.
It's
I don't think it's that person. No. I think I
okay,
know
okay.
what
You know what I'm talking about, but this is somebody
yeah.
you know personally. Okay, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, I know personally.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I was with my wife, man, and I had some young lady from Peru wanting to marry me
Uh
because
oh. Uh
yeah,
oh.
because she wanted to you know escape or get away from Peru.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Right.
telling all kinds of stuff about how her brother's girlfriend was raped It's a lot of that going on. People taking a taxi cab and they thinking they're gonna get there okay, and then they get taking it. So it's a lot of it's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm.
The DR, that's like right next to Haiti.
Oh yeah, I've been to both. It's lovely. I mean, Haiti. Last time I was in Haiti, it was like around 2000.
Right.
Uh, Way before that hurricane, not hurricane, but that earthquake. And I mean, it was third world. But at the same time, man, they had, that was I went there in 1999, and I remember first time seeing an internet cafe was in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and I was
Right.
like, whoa, and to anybody else was like, oh, that's nothing, but coming from the South, we didn't have that yet, and even when I came back in 2000 after the Y2K virus, if you remember that time, telling
Right.
my age, but 'cause nothing happened,
Yeah, nothing
we still really didn't have it, and I'm in the capital, of Louisiana. I think maybe we had one, but it really wasn't hitting on anything. But I was like, man, because at the time, with technology, as any new technology is always expensive. As time progresses, because of economics, it becomes cheaper and it becomes more affordable to the
happened.
masses.
So
So
in
that's how it was. Everybody, you had an internet cafe. That's how you got on the internet because most people couldn't afford to do it at their house.
So in
You know.
Exactly.
1999, what kind of devices were they hooking up in this internet cafe? Were they
It was pretty simple. It kind of reminded me of the college dorm. I was in the honors college at the time, but it was kind of like how they set it up. They'll have like a little room, and they'll have the computer monitors, and
Yep.
then what they would do is they would have like it's almost like I guess maybe like a library. You have one major printer that's good for so many of the computers, and then you have to put
Exactly.
in your ID number, like so if it's like, hey, I'm printing, put your print, put the print title for your print, and it'll be Wake the Hell Up, and then I'll be Carlos, and then that's how you would know. And what it was, you can either pay by the hour or you could do a
Right.
month, like a membership, weekly or monthly. And at the
Exactly.
time, I was doing like work at the embassy, the consulate, just doing like a little work, and then I was like a visa clerk, or just doing anything. And then when my contract expired, I was like hustling, doing like basically like tutoring the well-to-do kids and teaching them English because they wanted to, go to America, which would be the closest would have been Florida, and to go to those little cities like Miami or whatever. And then
Right.
they wanted to be able to fit in and speak English. So what I was, hey, I'm American, I'm college educated, I can tutor your kids. And then that's when I first learned about this school. I don't know if you're familiar with the Montessori school system, but it was like just something of a more holistic approach to teach kids. Like in other words, at a very young age, they teach them about the world, like world geography, not just hey, where's New Jersey? They're like, where's Africa? Where's Tanzania? They want you to know as a young kid you're connected with the world, and I just found that as to be like wonderful. But anyway, that's what I was doing. I was teaching English as a second language, and that's how I was making money so I can go to internet cafe because one, I wanted to be, able to, keep in touch and see what was going on back stateside, and at the same time, that's where all the women were because
I was
if a
about to
woman was in there,
some lady.
she had to have a little money.
I was
That's
about to
right.
say, that was the other thing I was gonna bring up. There's probably some females in there too.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, bro. Look, people forget Haitian women are beautiful.
Oh,
You got the
Right.
French bloodline, you got the African bloodline, and if you remember the Jamie Foxx show, that little light skin, what was it her name? They used to call her Fanny. Wake the hell up. Jamie Foxx used to always be sweet on
Oh, I
Fanny.
know what you're talking about. I can't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
her name.
that girl's Haitian. Yeah, she's
Right. Right.
Haitian. That so you got now there's a lot of beautiful chocolate dark skinned women, but at the same time you would have the other light skinned women. And I met some very interesting women. And if I saw them in there, I automatically knew, okay, you got money because a regular Haitian wouldn't be able to get in there because they wouldn't be able to afford it. That was a
Right.
luxury, just to get on the internet, and then they got food and alcohol in the back. That was a luxury. It was like, hey, I'm trying to survive. I'm not worried about the internet. But somebody
That's right.
else, who was more cultured or actually have the resources, um, that was something to pass the time, and that's what I used to do. and that's how I met a lot of women. I was right there, and that's why I met all the women. Sure did.
Yeah, they
Yep.
have them in Jamaica too. I went to a few of them in Jamaica, and
Okay, so it's the same
yeah,
game and same
game.
process I was running in Haiti, and that that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a hell. I paid. It's 200. What 250 Jamaican dollars will be $3 US or
Hmm.
325, depending on exchange rate. So
Right.
I did that for an hour, and they be having some women up in there. They be having their parties and stuff, culture thing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. And also the
shoot.
employees too, because they wouldn't just let anybody work in those cafes.
Oh
So
no,
those
they don't do that.
employees that
Yeah,
had a certain level of education,
that's
maybe
right.
not like high, but they were cultured. They had a level of education, and they had goals. Like I was trying to do stuff, and man, bruh, I was man seeing meeting some of them too, and I was just having that, and that was I kind of I was coming out my shell at the time because I left college. I was just disillusioned with school, and I was just I left college, and my dad was like, "Man, if you're not going to work and you're not going to be in school, you got to do something. You just can't be laying around being no bum." I was like, "You right," and so he was down there because he worked for the government at the time, and got me some work jobs, and then after that, I just got that hustling spirit. I was like, "Hey, I got to get it," and somebody say, "Hey, you're an American, are you college educated? You think you want a tutor?" I'm like, yeah. And that's
Right.
how, I got into it and I survived.
Yeah, I got this thing up here. It's a Garcelle Bouvet. That-
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's her. Oh, yes, the Lord, 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 Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's the one. Yep.
Garcia Buffet. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I was reading up on Haiti after all of that blew up about the words and stuff. And yeah, man, Haiti, man, it almost seemed like they just got a dark cloud over them, and it after the Spanish and the French fighting over them, they get their own thing, and then they get hit.
Independence.
Yeah, then they get
Yeah.
hit by hurricane
Ear-
after hurricane, and
Earthquake and
oh my goodness, man, I'm just like goodness, they just got it bad.
yeah, and a lot of potential there, man. I'm telling you, you meet some wonderful people, and I'll never forget. I met this guy, young man, and because you be, they can tell. I mean, you look different. You can stand out, and they'll come talk to you. And the guy was talking to me, and this guy, young man, I was in my 20s, and he had to be maybe a couple years younger than me. And what I found interesting was this guy could speak 6 to 7 languages because he was a hustler. So he would learn the languages so he could translate. So I was trying to holler at some of these Haitian women, and I was like, "Look, dude, you help me, run some game. I'll take care of you. I feed you, give you a couple of dollars." He was like, "Bet, let's do this." But he was like, I said, "What else can you speak besides, French?" He was like, "Oh, I can speak Spanish. I can speak this. I can speak that," because you had different countries there that maybe had their consulates. So he would go befriend them and learn a little lingo and some language so he could kind of add to his translating,
Right.
abilities. And I was just like, and it it just befuddled me. And I was just like, look at this guy. Me coming from America, I have the ability to drop out of college. I have the ability to go back to college, and I have the ability to have a good paying job. I do decently now.
Right.
But all that was available in my lifetime because, hey, I'm an American citizen. My parents, they did, kind of decently. Although both my parents came from nothing, but my dad worked hard and pulled himself up with the bootstraps and whatnot. But and I'm looking at this guy. This guy can speak more languages than me. Got a good sharp mind, but because of where he was born and the opportunity, the infrastructure, he would never have the abilities I have. Like he could have died in an earthquake. He could have died because of one hurricane. And the guy was probably, more able. If you put him in America, he probably run circles around some of these brothers. He might run circles around me. Might. But that's just what I'm trying to is just because of where he was. born. He had the hustling mentality. He was doing what he could, but there was no infrastructure for him. So, I mean, for somebody like that, would it be fair to say that, hey, this is the type of person we want to come to America and to see what he can do? Is that so wrong? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah,
I don't have no issue with it because you have a lot of our brothers does have the opportunity to do something
And don't
constructive.
do and don't do a doggone thing. They got some brothers around here
Right.
don't do a doggone thing. Play Xbox, Madden all day, if they do that well enough.
It's just
And
a simple fact. It's a simple fact that they don't have no social. They very social awkward, and a lot of
hmm
misinformation that they be informed by different situations instead of just taking the time to see what's really going on to upgrade their social asset.
yes, sir.
And
That's true.
to meet a woman like the one y'all saw on the screen, that's a star.
hmm
Anybody could get her. It's just that you have to have the mindset of loving yourself and secure. A lot of the guys are not secure about themselves at all, like completely
Right.
not secure. And when you meet a woman that's secure about herself, they run away from that. They like, oh, I don't want to deal with that because I ain't secure. I'm gonna get jealous, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Or oh, I see this guy, he more secure about himself, so I ain't gonna talk to him. I ain't gonna deal with him. I ain't gonna interact with him. Stuff like that. So
True.
them guys confident. They have to be confident. I mean, you're in a country like that, you have to be confident to survive.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't have no Kool-Aid in your veins. You're not gonna survive because you're not gonna eat. You're not gonna whatever. Like I mean, the guy was like, he was up there chatting me up. He was personal. I mean, I'm smart enough to know. I mean, I know you run game on me, but I respect because it was quid pro quo.
Right,
Hey, you got money. I need money to eat. Man, I see you out here trying to holler at these women. I can help your game take it to the next level because I can translate for you. I can safely take you to areas. And he did. I was like, hey man, I need to duck off, do some things. Hey bro,
right.
I need to safe duck off. I got you. This dude went go find somebody, told the lady, look, this man trying to get with this girl. He needs some place to go, do his thing. Woke this woman up in the middle of the night. I gave him some money. This woman was like, you got my house. Went up in there, did what I needed to do, got out. Hey man, appreciate y'all. Boop. Next. And it was just that cool. It's like, hey man, you have to have somebody like when you go down, it's good to know the local lingo, and you gotta have somebody you befriend. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah, you are you
Dude,
worth something money wise, but at the same time, you know, you have some type of value because they see you just don't look at them as just, you my servant, translate for me. Go take me someplace where I get some cheap food. You actually respect them and like, hey man, I do what I can. I can't,
he took
but I can help you out. And if I know anything, I'll point you in the right direction. They'll respect that.
Right.
Most people
he,
do.
he took you to a CIA safe house, and he's like a CIA agent.
And he very well could have been, you know what I'm saying? He would have been like, hey man, I can't let this guy, nothing happen to this guy, you know what I'm saying? He know people, he related to people. And I was like, man, appreciate that dog. And
This-
man, I remember, man, look, I shake my head thinking back. I mean, I'm in a third world country and I'm out there, lit like the 4th of July with this big booty Haitian looking for a room. And, I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm just like, how do I get back home? But I got home, you know, and
oh,
they talk about, the good Lord look out for babies and fools. I'm like, I'm two for two, you know, because baby, I'm a fool.
yeah.
I hear you, man.
Uh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So what's going on with you? Wake the hell up, man. You been looking on Priceline? What you been doing, brother?
Yeah, I got everything. I'm gonna get everything situated, man, by next week, man. I'm trying to get these taxes done. I'm
Of course, man. Business first,
online
man.
get it done. Pass some courses, so try to get these certificates into fully
Yeah, man.
on the road, so I could be doing my road thing, man. And
Yeah.
you know, it's just great to see guys like you doing your thing, D Train, man, stepping your game up. get to see the brothers, doing their thing, man. Like O'Shea and them. It's
Oh
great,
yeah.
man.
Oh man. Leaps and bounds. O'Shea on leaps and bounds, bro. So I like I'm glad I've met, gentlemen like y'all. I mean, y'all doing your thing. I've seen everybody, you know, doing more, and I'm just, taking notes and talking to y'all. And I appreciate you letting me come on the show.
Yeah.
Just because I'm learning and observing. And like I say, iron sharpen iron. So
I can't wait to go to the Waffle House, man. Man. I'm gonna be saying some things to these women at the Waffle House. It's like I'm at this food TV show type of shit with them. It's gonna be crazy.
oh wow, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I
Yeah.
be DJing when I go to the Waffle House. The guy was like, "Are you a real DJ?" I said, "Oh no, man. I'm self-anointed. I call myself DJ CJ because a lot of these Waffle Houses, but not only Waffle Houses, a lot of daiquiri shop and certain juke joints, they have a machine in there that plays the music. I'm sure you've seen it before when you go to some of these Waffle Houses or restaurant. There's a
Yeah.
right.
jukebox. I call it a jukebox, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's called Touch Tunes, and you can get the app for free, iTunes or Android, Google Play. And I got it, and then you pay so much, $10, $15, whatever you want. And what you can do, you can play whatever music you pick on your phone. It plays in a jukebox, and it goes through the whole Waffle House. So I'm up there just playing, this DJing. Like last night, I was rocking reggae music and 80s music. Before I left.
Uh,
And you just do that type of stuff. I know one time I saw a little chick I knew, and I was just like, I played a song, and I came over there. I said, "You like that song I played for you?" She was like, "Oh, that's you playing that music," and then, just start chatting her up and stuff like that. Another
Right.
little piece of game. You know what I'm saying? That was, man. Look, $20 for 100 songs. What's one song? You know, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
new.
but it's a lot. It's a lot of tell out there, man, in Louisiana. I mean, it's a
Oh
lot of
man,
going on, man.
man, best place to go is New Orleans because it's international. You got international women coming through there because you got to remember a lot of those colleges over there. You got Tulane, you got I think
Right.
you got the medical school down there because one time I went on a date with a chick that was in medical school. You know what I'm saying? And so you'll meet some high class women. I mean, you'll meet women from all over, and then it's more
Right.
multicultural. So you might have a woman that's like, well, hey, I might not holler at you back home, but here, it's almost like Vegas. What happened in the French Quarter, stay in the French Quarter. So it's like, oh, okay,
Exactly.
I ain't, I ain't here to judge. I'm like my cousin Drake. I'm like cousin Drake from Toronto. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. So
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That's right. That's the right way to go about it. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, and it's so crazy when you go down, Bourbon in the French Quarter, man, you'll see one woman looking in your face. You smile at her and she hesitate too long, it's almost like True Blood, hey, I didn't bedazzled her. I got to get you, you know, and
Right.
and there it is, and even if it don't work out, because I'm telling you, there'll be some hating, some cock blocking going on. It don't even much matter. Hey, you got a good wingman, and I had a good wingman that night, so he blocked all that foolishness. But if not, no harm, no foul. Hey, you take care. Here's my card. You know about them cards, don't you? Wake the hell up. Hey, here's my
Yeah.
card.
Yeah. We
Hey,
know
I'm
that.
over here at the such and such hotel. Give me a call. Next. And hey, you might get a call, you may not get a call, but you gotta keep it moving. It's a numbers game, you know?
Yeah, that's true, man. I got the timing of it because I'm gonna do more. That's why I'm gonna go like Monday through Wednesday because that's when they're gonna be on a good thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
then by the time the weekend hits, they already have an appointment with me. They put me in their schedule, and we
Yes,
good to
sir.
go. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah, yeah,
Monday.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you definitely. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you can still do a lot. I mean, you just did that for one night, man. You could do some stuff. I mean, it's possible, but it's better if you have a couple of nights because some people might be like you. Hey, I'm in here in town for a convention. I'm here for an assembly. I'm here for some type of training. And
right.
same time, I know what I did when I was, after my convention or whatever was over with. I was looking to party that night. I was looking to get out and have some fun. So guess what? We cutting loose. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
usually when I was at any of these sales, training sessions, I would always be like, all right, what's the place to go? You know, is there anything to do in
Right.
town? You know, just to get a feel of the place, of the area. And I remember one time we went to Vegas with my office, man. That was a trip, man. That was so fun. I was on we stayed in the New York casino,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and me and one of my coworkers, we went on the what do you call that? The roller coaster.
Right.
When you go on a roller coaster,
Right.
they take this picture of you, and we bought like two of those pictures, man. And he has the other one, and I don't know where my picture went, but somewhere out there, you got this
Oh.
picture of me looking like screaming my head off, thinking I'm about to damn die. That was a crazy. That if you ever go to Las Vegas, man, you got to try that roller coaster at the New York.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's
Okay,
right.
yeah, that's something I definitely want to go. Go and experience. It's just you hear all type of different stories and account, and I guess it's just one of them things like you like, hey, I got to go up there and you know put my gift of gab on the slab and see where it goes. Like, hey, I want a piece of the Big Apple. New York. And go see what it looked like. I think I told you, wake the hell up. I definitely want to go to the East Coast and try that out and experience that. And because I
Right.
talked to a couple of women, one was from New York and she was like, you would do very well up there because she said, I'm just gonna let you know. And I could tell from her mannerism, she was like, she said, a woman like you, there's not gonna be any doubt. They're gonna be very aggressive. They're gonna be
That's
very
right.
straightforward. And I'm like, are you serious? Because I'm different because downside women are more demure. It's more you're the man, you're the hunter. You're the hunter gatherer.
Well, now
But
they
she was
hunt
just
you up
like,
there.
it's different down your area. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like it's different. It's like you sitting back looking live, smelling good, and all that. They're gonna shoot at you and like, what's up? What's up with you? What's up with that? You like, huh? Like that would just throw me for a loop. But she said, that's how
They
it
hunt.
is.
Yeah, they definitely hunt men up there like crazy. They definitely do. He's right.
I need to
Mm.
see if this sound is coming through because oh, okay, all right,
Yeah,
looks like it's
it's good.
oh, okay, all right, good,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Well, look, gentlemen, I'm gonna get off this thing. Can y'all put your information out there for the folks? I'm gonna see if I can't get another design done before the morning. See if I can't make some headway on this project that I'm trying to release tomorrow. But
Okay, cool.
Gotcha, man.
yeah, we got Wake the Hell Up and Carlos Jean. Um, yeah, tell them your infos if you got something you want to drop.
Go ahead, wake the hell up. You go first. You
All
got
right,
something.
guys. So as you know, thank you for having me on, Carlos. I mean, Carlos, and talking with D Train. Thank you for having me on your channel.
Oh yeah,
And my channel is Wake the Hell Up 7. That's WTHEHELLUP7. And if you want to get at me at wakethehell7 at gmail.com. Thanks for having me on and talk with y'all soon. And Carlos, by the way, man, if you want to get down with the ticket of the Super Bowl ticket this upcoming week with the Saints and the Falcons in them, let me know, player.
Okay, I definitely will. I probably have to sit down and kind of talk to you a little bit more because I kind of remember it. But if not this time, maybe the next one. But yeah, I'm definitely interested. So yeah, we're
Sounds
gonna
good.
talk soon,
All
probably
right, cool.
tomorrow.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah, I'm Carlos Jean. Working on my channel. It's gonna be the Carlos Jean Show. But for right now, if you want to follow me, you can follow me. Hit me up on Facebook, Carlos CEO Jean. Uh, and I appreciate it, D Train, you having me on. Like this is all good practice, and I appreciate talking to good brothers like yourself. You
hey,
and wake the hell up.
Sounds
absolutely,
good.
man. Thanks for
Yep.
stopping through. We should do it again soon. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. This is
Yeah.
Peace out.
D Train's Bunk. Later.
Later. Peace.